Remember, Oswizzle has found the first stock in these interactions twice. It's been Sans playing catch-up, and so far, he has been playing it to a T, but how long can he keep this going? Can they turn it into a dub in this game, or will they end up going to a Game 3 because of Oswizzle's really incredible, not necessarily precision, but just being able to play this game?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, Sansman is sort of, like, we're seeing slowing that pace down because Oswizzle is starting to take advantage of how that pace was working out. Oh, what?
Oh my gosh. Dude, I love the gyro so much. That thing is awesome.
Oh? This is looking so scary for both of these players.
It's terrifying.
If you get backthrown by Ness, you're just dead here.
Yeah. All Sans has to do is find like a down throw into a side B, or just, side B normally. That works too. All right, Sansman takes another 3 points along with them to the first win of the series. Manhattan's up 5-0.
Yeah, that's definitely a solid start for Manhattan right now. 5 points at the very start as opposed to like a 4 off of a close set is definitely a good way to go, especially because that means that, you can give a bit more, or you can alleviate a bit of pressure from your next player.
Of course, no, it's definitely less pressure on the rest of the team, but you got to remember, this is 1 of 5 total sets. The pressure really never lets up until you're completely out of options, aka when the match is over, and it is not even close to done. Ryder, Oswizzle definitely showed some potential, especially on that Nest. Keeping time, I don't doubt that these next 4 players are going to have the very same kinds of threats.
Absolutely. The fact that we saw a character switch on both players' sides,
that was awesome.
I'm surprised. So cool. But like, I've never seen Sansman play a different character than Hero. And
really?
The Hero was working very well.
That definitely was strange. Seeing the swap off of the Hero after he won so cleanly.
It was like a convincing win.
I guess it's sort of that like reverse psychology where he's like, okay, there's no way that Os is going to play Kirby again into my Hero. What is he going to play? Probably some sort of reflector. So why don't I play Rob, who can just launch these sort of unreflectable projectiles and sort of save myself from a lot of the damage that can be punished back my way. Oh, how about Rob? And indeed, he was pretty right. Ness is a great threat against Hero, can sort of pressure during those downtimes where Hero can normally find a lot of solace. But the Rob is ready for it, and it led to Sans taking another dub.
And because of that, Manhattan's got that lead, which they definitely are going to try and ride off of. If they can pressure maybe with this next match, if they win this next match, they can really put that pressure onto Rider University's psyche for the rest of this, sort of that fear. We've been talking about how characters instill different mentalities in opponents. Like, for example, a grappler would be a fantastic opportunity here to instill that fear, because grapplers on their own sort of are based on making your opponents scared. So doing that in combination with taking a win here as well would make it so that you're making the entire team scared instead of just one player.
As long as Manhattan keeps that goose egg on Ryder's side, I think they are going to be winning this game in one form or maybe another. Psychologically, a game like this, having that 0 on that scoreboard for 2 whole games, that's got to be such a monumental wound to take, because, without having to look at that scoreboard, you have to win these next 3 sets or else you're done. It hurts even more when you see it so cleanly displayed right in front of you.
Yeah, and it's exactly. It's sort of a reminder of, oh, we haven't won yet. So definitely want to at least take a game, so you could get something on the board. Even getting anything on the board at all, even if it's just a single point, gives you a little bit of hope, saying, okay, we could take a game. Sort of like if you've ever seen Predator, if it bleeds, we could kill it.
Of course, no, keep these sets tight, keep them close, and hey, maybe you'll pull one out. I think that's Ryder's mentality right now, saying, okay, we definitely lost that 2-0, but we showed signs of life. We showed the opponents that we're not going down without a fight. We're not going down easy, and this is definitely still going to be a tough matchup. One set does not define either of these teams.
Absolutely. And that's sort of the thing, though. Like, usually teams will bring out their, like, okay, who do we think is the safest pick here as the number one, as the first player? really sets the tone for the rest of the match. But there are weeks where the team that wins the first set does not win in any of the matches. So sometimes that just happens.
For Ryder, we're gonna be seeing Poncho, and for Manhattan, we're gonna see Crimson, I think, coming in. Looks like. Of course, we don't have rosters on hand, and we've already seen we don't always know what these characters are gonna be for either of these players. So all we can do is really, we can't even really speculate because it's a fresh start nearly every time. But here we go. We'll take a look at these characters in just a moment.
So it seems Manhattan is still deliberating on what character they might want to pick, maybe.
I'll chill in this arena as long as it takes. The song bangs every time.
That's true. It does bang every time.
It's like an elevator, but you have a Nintendo Switch while you're on the elevator. And that's the best kind of elevator.
Very true. Yeah, it's like when a McDonald's has a GameCube. If you remember those.
Oh man, could you imagine if McDonald's actually had like PCs and gaming spot? Dude, oh my god, if McDonald's was a gaming cafe? Oh
that
my
would
god.
Be,
oh my god.
I do not. Okay, I don't see a gaming cafe as McDonald's being reasonable, considering PCs are much more delicate than a GameCube.
The McGaming cafe. I got a quarter pounder all over my razor. Can you guys come fix it?
the McPC.
The Mick Xbox Game Pass.
whenever you get anything on your a Mick no scope.
Every time you finish a game in the cafe, you always have to say, "Hey guys, by the way, I was playing this from a McDonald's PC."
Or whatever you win. Oh yeah, that was a McDub. The McDouble.
McDouble. Oh my god. Oh man. But no, instead we're just stuck in our stupid rooms playing this stupid game with stupid characters like Cloud and Palutena.
Absurd is definitely an accurate word to describe Cloud and Palutena. These are both very strong characters. We saw Spargo win with Cloud. We did.
Some wild Cloud play. Dude, Spargo is so electric on this Cloud.
Yeah.
I hope Poncho is taking notes.
If I'm maybe Poncho's just Spargo won with Cloud, I can do it too.
Yeah, I think a good couple 1,000 people picked up Cloud after this past weekend, just because you can tell that Cloud can be just as animated and just as powerful as a character like Palutena when it's in the hands of someone who knows how to use it. A lot of tools to get out of these really dangerous situations that normally would plague a lot of other characters.
Yeah, the characters just got so many great tools. Even though at the very start of Smash Ultimate, people were complaining oh, not as good as in Smash 4. Not as good as in Smash 4 is not saying much.
That's a tall order, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's of course it's not going to be
nobody's talking about Corrin right now. And you know why? Because they're not good at all. Cloud is still an amazing character in this game. It's just taken some time to mature, and hey, maybe that may last a little longer as Crimson is still keeping this lead okay. Look, Cloud is a great character, but Palutena has always been great in the eyes of this game, and Crimson is keeping this lead intact.
And that's exactly what Manhattan wants. They want to build up that lead. They want to keep it coming. They want to make it so that Ryder just has a harder time in general.
Oh yeah, they don't want to just win. They want to make every win hurt. And Manhattan is doing that perfectly okay. But Poncho, keeping time, got the kill pretty early thanks to that up smash, some solid ledge coverage. Cloud just has such great pressure, especially when that limit is up. You got a solid 15 seconds where you can kind of run around the stage pretty freely. It's when Crimson is in panic mode. You got to launch out so many moves, and sometimes they just won't land.
Whoa. That was a fantastic read from Poncho, seeing, okay, they might just run up to me and do something, so I'm just going to keep holding shield.
Limit climb is such a great option because it keeps you upstairs and then takes you right back down. It's like a stall and fall with less punishment potential, which is exactly because a beautiful back air off the edge too. Poncho finding quick advantage and only at 67%.
Yeah, Poncho is on fire right now. This is 2 stocks now that have been completely unanswered by Poncho, or completely unanswered by Crimson. Poncho's just doing a fantastic job.
I do like this PS2 option, though, because you can't climb as often as you would on Cloud, because then you'll be stuck in the platform when you come back down, and that'll be Crimson's bread and butter on this Palutena. But nonetheless, Poncho keeping this pressure online, no matter where he really is, and Crimson hasn't really found an answer just yet.
Yeah, this is just, it seems like...
Ouch. Wow. Tragic.
Ouch.
Poncho, that's a great resurgence there from Rider University, already up to 2 points, and Poncho on the way to potentially sealing a tie or a lead here. I mean, with as powerful a statement as that was.
Yeah, Crimson sort of just seemed lost after, like, they took the first stock very well. Then after that, Poncho made some adaptations, and Crimson just felt lost.
No, it really didn't seem like Crimson could find their footing there. Poncho just... It wasn't even in constant pressure, but Cloud just has such a looming presence. It's like, there is potentially 30% damage facing me at any point in time. And facing a character like that in the same vein as, like, Joker is, like, it's terrifying even when you're not really playing at, you know, for those crucial couple seconds.
Yeah, and it seemed like Crimson also... So, one of the big things was that Crimson was a little bit too... scared, especially because we saw first going for an auto reticle off stage. Normally a pretty safe pick, except against Cloud, because they can just run up back air you. And off stage back air from Cloud will probably kill at very early percents even, so let alone at the point that Crimson was at. It was going to kill. So, you know, that moment really is what shook Crimson to their core, because that was what sort of affected their play for the rest of the game.
I'm surprised those back airs haven't come out more often from Poncho in that game. I think it could have won even more dominantly if they just threw out short hop back airs over and over on ledge and didn't go for something like a climb. Just because back air comes out so fast, does so much damage, keeps the pressure going, and you can short hop. That landing lag is next to nothing on that move. I think if Poncho can master sort of the spamming on that on edge guarding, then it's an even taller hill to climb for Crimson going into game number 2.
I mean, it's already a pretty scary situation.
Steep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely pretty tough at the moment, but Poncho's got to do it again in order to seal this second set away. Can he get it done once more? Hey, we might see some more character swaps. I mean, you saw the Palutena, you saw, you know, let's ask, what was Crimson doing right in that game, and what does Poncho have to do to, what does Poncho have to change to make sure that he still wins the second game?
So Crimson was putting out a lot of things that were fantastic to threaten Poncho, but they sort of stopped doing that once they got a little bit scared. So what Crimson needs to do is steal their resolve. No, stop being as scared of things, because the moment they got scared, they started losing.
Here on Yoshi's story, where Climb Hazard is going to be even less effective, I love this pick here from Crimson. You can get a lot of Nair ladders going, keep that threat alive on Poncho, and you have a lot less options as that Cloud to kind of lead into some damage when you're coming from a disadvantaged state, which I think will be great for Crimson. But nonetheless, Poncho able to throw a lot of this out and still find these points where they can come up with some really weird reactions, and Crimson just isn't prepped for it.
And reactions is the right word here, because Crimson seems to just be playing too defensively here. Like we saw at the very start, an offensive beginning, but ever since then, they're kind of just playing on the back foot, but like not trying to take the front foot away.
Yeah, no, they don't have their foot on the gas enough right now, and it's leading to so much damage coming up, but no finisher just yet. Will that Limits Cross Slash do it? Yes, it will. Screen KO no less, and Poncho has taken next to no damage at the moment. This management of what few resources Cloud really has to his name is just impeccable right now.
Yeah, and with Limit, not only is your movement just better, which means you could sort of just play around it, but...
Oh, that's a kill!
That was good. That was very good from Crimson. That's exactly what they needed to sort of stop that momentum that Poncho had. They were running so hot there at the start of the game, and now it's mostly gone. It's up to them to keep it gone.
Oh, I mean, that's why you pick something like Yoshi's Story on Palutena. Juggling potential here with her is absolutely nutty, and we saw that here. We're going to see it again. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, but like you need Crimson to play a bit more proactively here, because right now it's a little too reactive, and that's not what you want against Cloud.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You cannot wait for the Cloud to do something and then try and do something against it, because by that point, you'll have already taken 50%, you'll already be on the ledge, and a lot of the time, you will be dead from something like a Limit Cross Slash.
And that's exactly what we were talking about, playing a little too reactively, trying to keep the back foot, trying to stay back, not do anything too crazy. But against Cloud, you need to be crazy.
You need to go crazy. You need to go stupid.
Yeah,
Crimson.
exactly.
Crimson, he's keeping Poncho up in the air, but he's already taken so much damage out of this. And Limit is active right now, but some great coverage. Whip that up tilt. Down air so popular, though. Or powerful. And the Limit cross slash off the side platform. Wow, Poncho. That was just gorgeous. Ryder's up 6-5.
Yeah, Poncho definitely is candidate for player of the day. That's for sure.
That was some gorgeous, like, you want to talk about juggling from Palutena? That was some juggling from the Cloud, some sort of low ball juggling. He's like going from hand to hand, like side to side on his hands and sort of tossing them up. Where's the Palutena going off stage? Sometimes
just throwing one up in the air, keep juggling, catch one that you forgot was even there.
Well, Ryder definitely didn't drop the ball this time. Bang, bang, bang. 6-5 up now, heading in to set number 3. Both these teams really setting some new benchmarks here. I loved that performance from Poncho. Absolutely, like, watching that, he absolutely took some notes while watching Spargo at Summit.
Yeah, I mean, like, after such a fantastic showing from Spargo at Summit, who wouldn't want to just really show, hey, I'm a pretty cool Cloud too?
No, you really, after watching something as cool as that in Summit, watching a Cloud without anybody really being able to say, oh, he got by because he's broken, because he's absolutely not, it kind of inspires you to kind of want to do those same things, kind of prove the potential of this character, be this sort of be this sort of like discoverer, this sort of pioneer for this character, and Poncho absolutely did some of that here today.
And Poncho showed that bravery there. We saw running right past an explosive flame. It was like, wow. Like, running through an explosive flame takes so much courage. They just did it.
It was that same sort of confidence and understanding of the situation when we saw that Bowser Jr. fight back in the first series against Palutena. With Grit against Absol on the Palutena. Just understanding that Palutena, she has an incredible kit, but a lot of her kit kind of resembles this sort of fearful play, like get out of here, please. And as long as you keep that aggressive style, you can really stop a lot of that kit. An explosive flame wastes so much time if you don't land it, and so it takes either a read or someone that's really terrified of you getting inside. And so you play one step ahead, you play a couple seconds before the attack really comes in, then you can get so much out of it. And Poncho got so much out of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, but enough of that. Last set, we do know our players for the next set here. We've got Rizo Luca for Manhattan College and Lou Script for Rider University. And I'm trying to remember who Lou Script played. I'm feeling like it was Bowser? I commentated both of these players at least once. I'm just trying to remember because it's been a bit.
Right.
At least 2 weeks, maybe 3.
That's okay. Again, like, it's hard to talk about characters unless we've already seen them. And sometimes you just haven't seen them yet. But, okay, if we want to talk about something, we can talk about some other characters that we'll kind of maybe see a resurgence of thanks to this major that we just got to watch. These sort of characters that kind of have a new light shown upon them, or have really, like, proven themselves to be huge contenders in the tier list in these matchups. And someone that really comes to mind is T's Pac-Man. As little as we saw from them, I think Pac-Man is still such an underdog in a lot of these matchups that we see him kind of enter, and yet so many strange ways to win a game come from Pac-Man.
I think personally, the thing that's like T's Pac-Man, definitely like very effective, very much like T is a fantastic Pac-Man player, but the biggest thing I've been seeing in terms of discussion, Proto Banham.
Oh yes, Proto Banham.
First, Min Min. A lot of people
course.
stopped playing Min Min after the nerfs. But Proto Banham showed, yeah, Min Min's still very good. What are you guys talking about? And also, the Lucina.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people have forgotten about Lucina.
Lucina was dug into that A tier like a month back after the final patches came out, and everybody kind of just sort of let her stay there, which is fine. But Proto, if anything, sort of like dug his nails in and said, no, bring this thing up to S, if not better. Like, this character has so much merit, so much potential, such great zoning. I mean, Sword Fighter, blah, 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 but Lucina has so many great options, and it's just such a great player in neutral.
Yeah, really just fantastic neutral tools, fantastic spacing options. It's just such a really good character. And like some people were going, oh yeah, Roy's the best sortie. And then a bunch of people after Summit were like, maybe Lucina though.
Yeah.
Because Lucina was sort of the like when Smash Ultimate first came out was seen as that. But enough about those sorties. We've got a sortie that people need to always remember: Pyra and Mithra.
Yeah,
from Raizo Luca.
Yeah, if there's another contender for best sortie, I feel like you have 2-in-1 contenders right here in front of you. Pyra and Mithra. It just, I mean, what cannot be said about these characters?
Pyra and Mithra have like transcended the topic of best sortie and have been in the topic of best character ever since they came out.
And I don't think they'll stop being in contention for that either. Oh!
What? What are you?
Let's go, Loose Grip!
What was that? Loose Grip.
Loose Grip's just toying with his food right now because he's done so much damage already. But you cannot play with your food when your food bites back so hard. Pyra, so much damage, so much control over this stage. What? Oh, the super armor though. The belly from Loose Grip is proving to definitely come in clutch right now. Is that a kill? That's a kill!
Yeah, that's the one weakness of Pyra and Mithra. Their recovery is not very good. Very exploitable. And with a character like K. Rool who can sort of just recover very deep, that's a huge weakness.
This is so mean right now. I don't even understand really why. I don't know if Raizo was just like, I want to pick up Pyra and Mithra because they're really good and Loose Grip has just been on this for so long, or if Loose Grip is just that okay with just playing like this, because really, he hasn't been doing that much. Yeah,
he's just sort of going, okay, let me just armor through your stuff. Let me just keep my thing going. Oh my god, that was
this is like a tech demo for K. Rool right now, honestly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Ah! He's footstooled. What? Loose Grip, come on.
That's so rude.
You're playing with your food.
Oh, don't do it to him again. Still at 3 stocks right now. This could be a simply brutal takeover. And yeah, that's not a kill throw, buddy. You still got to do a lot more than that. But one of the most powerful things, of course, is Pyra's down air. So much pressure. Doesn't make it, though.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Ah! No, I saw it coming, too. Everyone saw that coming. The moment they went for the blunderbuss back throw there, just like, and keeping the back facing the edge. The moment they were keeping their back to the ledge, it's like we all know what's about to happen.
I felt that back here in my bones, dude. K. Rool did some yoga to get that far down. That was in like the tail end of that hitbox too. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, I can't take it. That's a 3 stock from a K. Rool against an Aegis.
That's game 1.
Oh my god.
That's game 1 of the set. If Loose Grip takes another 3 stock here, that will be so much momentum that it'll be like at least an 8-point differential.
Again, it's like it was so strange watching that, because a lot of that K. Rool, it was like watching somebody tell you what K. Rool's moves are and then just showing them off. Or like the memorable moves that make K. Rool K. Rool, all the moves that give him that personality. It's just like we saw them, and that was kind of it. It was bare bones K. Rool, and yet it seemed so insurmountable.
Yeah, and not only that, we saw so much of that psychological play
again.
there.
Oh my god.
Psychological play though. Like that psychological play using, because that's sort of what all these grappler types, the heavies, they go for. They want to make you afraid, and Loose Grip definitely made even me afraid, and I'm not even playing.
I'm terrified. I'm like 500 miles away from these colleges, and I'm so very afraid.
Mm-hmm.
It is terrifying watching that character dominate someone who has as many, like, as much utility as the Aegis this early into the set. I mean, like you said, I mean, if we see another 3-stock, that's practically a decisive victory in just 2 set wins right there. That's just disgusting of a start from Loose Grip. I'm wondering if that's going to warrant a character change from Raizo, funnily enough.
I would change characters if I were Raizo Luca, 100%. Like, that was so dominant.
Someone with a better recovery, it has to be.
Yeah, someone, like, with a match that dominant, you gotta switch. You, like, especially because it looked like we saw so many points there where Raizo Luca did, Raizo Luca did an option, but Loose Grip was already there waiting for that option. Like, when they rolled forward off of the knockdown, Loose Grip was just standing there and then went, okay, let me grab you. Let me down throw you. Let me up tilt you.
I think Game & Watch would probably be the best option here. I think. I think that would be a really great tool or a really great option for kind of just at least having a stance in a fight and getting out of these, like, sorts of ping pong games that Loose Grip has been playing with himself all over the stage. Right now, he's just sort of been like, dash tag to the left side, and then he's just gonna recover over here, run over here, down throw into down smash. You're over here now, over the neutral air off the edge. Like, he's just been everywhere at once, and I think Game & Watch would be a great way to sort of just get out of jail for a second, breathe for a moment, and take back the game.
I think that's definitely a solid option. I also think a character with maybe a similar enough game plan, but a much better recovery, maybe something like Lucina, you know, a character that has very good neutral. Oh, the character switches from Loose Grip?
On the DK?
Why?
He just really wants to style on him. Clearly. I mean, if he's got this much brevity, then we've got to see even more style coming this time and some more super armor plays. He's just gonna, he's just up airing right now.
He's just playing with.
This is so mean.
Loose Grip is just playing with Raizo Luca right now. This is low-key disrespect.
Did like a college guy just like hand some 10-year-old walking by a controller and be, hey, mess around with this? And it's just, is he just?
Wow, that was rude. That was rude. Loose Grip doesn't even care about winning by points. Dude. Just cares about sending a message. Ouch.
This is such a stupid game, and I love it so much. I think that's a stock. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, didn't hit the forward air. But it's he hasn't landed a single hit yet. Raizo's so scared.
Yeah, this is pure fear right now.
The up B's like totally staled, and yet Loose Grip is still hitting it. Like he just
oh no! He's gonna do it again. Why? Loose Grip. If Loose Grip loses this somehow,
oh no!
I manifested it. I manifested it. That was 100% your fault, Loose Grip. That was 100% your fault. You did not need to. You did not need to go for the suicide throw. You could have just thrown off stage, and you would have gotten the kill.
Oh God, what can we even say about a match like that? That was, yeah. We talked about goofing off in the first game. This is goofing off. Loose Grip, he doesn't give a care. He does not give a care right now. He's just doing his thing. Doing his thing, and I love every second of it, but I don't know if the rest of Ryder does, because they just lost a point.
Yeah, they're like, come on. You just lost us a point. Like, Loose Grip is very clearly better.
Oh, by miles. By miles. Except for that air dodge buffer. That one. That was... I wonder if Loose Grip is, like, a namesake because of what he does. He just, like, throws the controller in his hands.
Maybe he's called Loose Grip because he keeps throwing.
That was so good. That was so good. But now we can't use it the next time that we watch him play. Sucks. You can't use that for the rest of the turn. Oh, you can't use that for the rest of the series except PvE. Dang it. Trademark it quick. Well, game 3, and I mean, we know who's going to win the game, but who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the set? This is my question.
Yeah, like we already know who's won the mental battle, but they're gonna be on town.
They're gonna switch again. They're gonna switch again. Yep.
Little Mac. This is rude.
Oh, this is gonna be the best game ever. Oh my god. Let him know, loose grip. Do it. He's just gonna forward smash. He's only gonna use smash attacks.
This is so rude.
This is good zoning here from Raizo, recognizing what loose grip is trying to do and sort of counteracting it as much as they can. Loose grip clearly challenging themselves, and so far it's paying off a good amount. Still some sense. Oh, geez.
Oh no. Ow. Oh.
This is so rude. This is so disgusting, dude. I love it.
Just throwing him out.
He's just standing, walking.
He was just pivoting.
I can't wait to see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Just throwing them out, going, okay, you're gonna land in one of these.
Yeah. Your down B can only save you for so long, Raizo. literally just switch to Pyro and side B the whole time. I honestly feel like that might do better than whatever Raizo is doing right now.
Yeah, because you can at least zone out.
Exactly. Ooh, good prediction there from Raizo. They're learning.
Just had the right answer, but at the wrong time.
Exactly. All right. Still 2-2. Raizo's got a chance. This is so dumb. I love it.
This is disrespectful. I'm just gonna be honest here. This is very rude.
I mean, I'm wondering if Ryder is okay with throwing like this, because I assume that they are. And imagine how dangerous their players are as we go into the next set. They're so comfortable with like letting points go like this.
Yeah, like such easy points too. It's like if you just stayed K rule, this would have been a dub. Okay. All
right. One more stock to take, and Ryder will have a really solid grip on this game. I mean, that'll be a 13-6 lead if Loose Grip doesn't lose this stock, which will be ridiculous to come back from.
That's game. I had a feeling that even though there were no sparks there, that was going to be the end of the set.
All right. 13. Oh, jeez. It's like hard. It's so hard to talk about it. That was just really so
was
stupid.
In control. Loose Grip was just in control of that entire set. Even when they lost a game, they were in control.
Well, 7 points up, and we have 2 sets left. God, I'm so, like, that set tired me out so much for no good reason.
I mean,
I'm so bereft right now.
If Ryder has more loose grips, then I'm terrified.
If there's just, like, 2 more loose grips in this roster. I mean, imagine the kind of pressure you're under right now is like a 2-1 set lead with as disgusting a set as that to get your opponents up. Manhattan has got to be quaking in their boots right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be terrified if they're just
God,
like, yeah.
The roll read, that was so gross.
That's like the moment where you're like, oh yeah, he's in his head.
Oh, jeez, dude.
The roll read into a footstool. It's like, yeah, Loose Grip is in control here.
Loose Grip was so minimalistic about it a lot of the time too, until BAM! He did something like that. Oh, yeah. Disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, show me those. Show me those, baby. Yeah. Do it again.
He wanted to just do it every single game.
Do it again. Yeah, no doubt he absolutely threw that game, but I don't think he meant to. He probably was going to go for another suicide throw and just win this in 2. But he was just like, ugh, I messed up my buffer. So now I gotta win this 3rd one. I hate this.
The moment
gosh, the
moment Loose Grip started pivoting, it's like, yeah, no, he's not taking this seriously at all.
I mean, they didn't have to. They won both of their games by 2 stocks. Like, they were comfortable where they were.
2 stocks and 3 stocks.
Wait, that was 3?
The first game was a 3 stock.
The K-roll was 3. You're right. I'm big dumb. No, that was so, I mean, Loose Grips was in his element, and he, like, forced himself out of it and still won by a landslide. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Ay. I cannot wait to watch him play more against opponents that he considers worthy. Or maybe this is just always how he plays, and he just hopes he gets away with it.
If he always plays like this, I would be...
This Twitch stream would no longer be free if he always played like that.
Yeah,
like you would need to pay a fare in order to watch that over and over again. But such is the reign of Loose Grip. It is over, and thus will begin a new one as we enter set number 4, Manhattan. Such a steeper hill to climb now.
Yeah, it's just really difficult.
I mean,
and I just saw a picture of what is it? Rider University's Ethernet cable. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there was a lag check.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Jeez. Rider's on top of it. That's the hardest thing is, like, Manhattan, they're looking at this score now. God, we were back in the first set and it was 6-0. That feels like ages ago. Or 5-0.
Yeah.
Feels like forever ago. And now Manhattan, they're looking at the score. It's like, we can't even, like, take it back with this set. We have to try and even things out with this set, and then we have to try and grapple back yet another one. Like, Ryder is so in the heads of Manhattan right now. It's actually so unreal.
And if Ryder takes, like, even if they take a 3 stock here, or just any 3 stocks total, it becomes impossible for Manhattan to win.
I like this matchup, though. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Captain Falcon versus Joker, 2 more very animated characters.
Oh? Ooh, very good DI in there.
Arsene's already out just because this Captain Falcon is on this Joker right now. Manhattan's got some tricks up their sleeve still.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes there's Joker players who they're sort of just off until Arsene is out. This might be that case. Because we saw no damage was dealt by Moogle until they
Arsene was out.
Arsene, yeah.
It took a moment, and Sam totally okay with that right now. Ooh, but nice late play by Moogle to keep himself alive right now. Oh, the gun is a little bit too late, but Sam, you can tell he's not recovering low. He's already aware of exactly what tools Moogle is going to have to use to keep himself alive.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And Sam is definitely one of the performers on this team, so
yeah, Sam, give us a show. Give us a jolly good show, mate. Bring Manhattan back and make it look sexy. 131 right now. He's keeping himself up, and Moogle already close to Arsene, but he doesn't want to make this cycle late. But I mean, that one kick is gonna make Sam able to sort of stall this Arsene out for a really long time.
Smart.
Yeah,
waiting it out.
That's brutal to force that Arsene early into the next stock so that he has to deal with it for very little time going into the second one.
But it was very smart of Sam to just go, okay, I'm going to wait on the Angel platform for as long as possible because I'm not going to let you get as much Arsene as you could have gotten.
Exactly. Moogle still finds some connection with it, though. 26% before Arsene goes bye-bye. But he's on the edge again. Pressure the second he steps out of it.
And an interesting thing, Moogle has not been pressuring at ledge with back air very much. Just sort of one of Joker's greatest options.
That's true. He's been going for like these late guns. I think Moogle has taken too much time trying to think of the best option and not just going for one. With Joker, you don't really have to think of what could be the best option. Most options are the best option.
Yeah, you just do something.
Just do something, Joker. It'll work.
Whoa.
Oh, he let go of the Rebels guard too early, and Sam punished him for it. That's brutal.
Yeah, that was a fantastic read from Sam going, yeah, I think you're going to let go. You're going to chicken out.
You think you're wasting time here? You're going to grab me like you have so many times.
No, I'm not. I'm going to up smash you and then do damage and kill you.
Oh, Moogle's cycle's going to be reset again. This is catastrophic for late game.
This is really scary.
You're holding your breath
Moogle.
so much right now, dude.
Yeah, because there's so many small interactions that almost connect.
Oh, everyone's really trying to get inside. Lucas still hasn't gotten Arsene yet, but he's really close. I mean, once he kills him, Arsene's gonna come back. So no matter what, Sam is gonna stay on that ledge, Bing chilling.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, he's still going. He's still going. Oh, nice sour spot on the fair, keeping himself stable. 87. Dude, he might ride out this Arsene before he even dies.
I think that's about to happen.
That's amazing. That's such, oh my God, that's such good management.
Not even
Sam
before he
Sam.
dies.
That's beautiful. That's incredible. That's 2 stocks up. Sam definitely bringing it back for Manhattan. This is so awesome.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And literally right as you mentioned, before he dies, Sam just doesn't die.
Yeah.
Instead just wins.
Hey, you know, it's the faster road out. I respect it, you know?
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. Get it done quicker. Why not? You know, Sam, that's a really great start off to this. Really, you know, starting to make things even. If he wins, if he gets a 3 stock here in this second game, then it'll be a tied up matchup. We'll be back to square one. But I think regardless, as long as Sam takes this next matchup, then the last set will decide who wins it, which is where you want to be regardless.
For sure. That's exactly the situation you want. But if Moogle takes a set, it becomes impossible.
That is true, isn't it? Well,
Or it becomes almost
I'm trying to do
impossible.
the math here, because it's
Unless you
8-13. From 8 to 13, if Moogle takes 1, then it'll be 8-14, and then if Sam 3 I mean, it'll still be within range of taking, like, I think regardless, as long as Sam wins, then it'll depend on who takes the last set.
Yes. So it's up to Moogle, right?
Whoa!
Whoa, very different
Switching
character.
it up. The Pac-Man.
Just what you were talking about earlier, that Pac-Man.
I love Pac-Man so much. I think that he's such a versatile character in so many unpredictable ways. And the ways in which he can kind of get around the stage are also so strange. Yeah. I cannot wait to see how this character is optimized in, say, like, a year. I think he's going to do really big things.
Yeah, strange is definitely a thing to describe Pac-Man as. This character is very hard to work around because of how strange the moveset is.
I'm amazed that Moogle hasn't already tossed out a Hydrant. Like, that is your ultimate tool. I'm not sure what Moogle is doing right now.
Yeah,
that
unspikeable.
Oh, that up B's so great.
Unspikeable up B.
Good pressure with the projectiles here. That's some great catching, but, I mean, what do you do after that? Hydrant finally comes out. Again, I'm like, you can't reflect it as Captain Falcon. You can't do much against it. You kind of have to just let it be and maybe try and smash it towards your opponent. So it's a really great tool. I'm surprised Moogle hasn't thrown it out more than once this game so far.
Yeah, because it's a great trapping option. Oh.
Oh, good tilt to finish it off.
And Moogle needs to take this stock soon, because... Oh. Okay, okay. So, right now, Moogle's trying to nickel and dime, but you can't really afford to nickel and dime, because your opponent's got rage.
Yeah, Sam on rage, we've already seen. Force to be reckoned with right now, almost getting hit by the tail end of that Hydrant hitbox. Oh, Moogle's in so much danger right now. This is such a great streak for Sam to be on right now.
Yeah, this is exactly what Manhattan needed.
Oh, Hydrant for coverage. Nice spacing here. Can Moogle finish it? No, not just yet. Yeah, definitely hard to finish as a Pac-Man, but you can do it with the down air off stage when Sam is at 150 here. But, oh, Sam can take a sweet time right now. Moogle is still in such a dangerous position. Ooh, I'm surprised he hasn't punished that dash attack more often.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult because I'm pretty sure it crosses up shield sometimes, occasionally.
Yeah, it's inconsistent as hell.
Yeah, so you got to work around that sometimes because, like, oh, do I have the punish or am I just sort of out of luck?
Definitely keeping things dangerous here. Sam constantly mixing things up as well, but keeping things nice and up close and personal, which is exactly where Captain Falcon wants to be, racking up that damage when Moogle's on stage or off stage, and then trying to go for the kills when Moogle is on. What a switch up here, but it seems to be working so far. 158 right now. Finisher is coming really soon, but Sam's just got to find it. There it is. Okay.
And with this, it's very possible we might see a 2-stock here. And if that's another 2-stock, then that makes it a lead for Manhattan. Not even just like bringing it back. Just a full lead. Which...
Now, they'll be 1 point behind if Sam wins this. It'll be 12-13.
No, because Sam won game 2, it made it 11 points.
Wait.
Oh wait, no. Never mind.
Yeah, no, they haven't tacked on the extra points. Oh, that SD
Right.
is so critical, though.
Oh.
You know, in a team battle where every stock matters, you know, SDs like that are so terrible, especially when you're trying to come back from behind here. That's Sam's got to be kicking himself right now, but he's gonna try and kick Moogle a little more to make sure that this win is still sealed.
Yeah, because if Moogle takes this game, that'll be a huge momentum killer for Sam. This, like, it could drastically affect how Game 3 works, if there is a Game 3 at all.
You know what's funny? Is the sort of psychology you can have in a game like this is if you're, like, really up against this opponent, if you know you can absolutely decimate them, it would be sort of a weird psychology if you, like, SD and you're on this last stock, you could be like, well, my opponent's only on 1 stock, you can only get 1 point from this game. What if I lose this one on purpose and then 3 stock the next one so I still get more points than I would have even if I won game 2? But honestly, in a game like this, when a lot of these teams are really, like, close against each other, it's like, you definitely don't want to consider that possibility most times.
Yeah, it's a little too risky, especially when it's not a loose grip kind of situation.
Exactly, yeah. No, you ain't loose grip, you ain't considering that. No, we're both clenching ourselves right now. Like, this is really tight right now. Moogle has taken that SD in full swing and ran with it to the moon and back at this point. 102 at this point. Ooh, the dive isn't gonna do it.
Well, I love the use of the Boss Galaxian. So good. But, yep, Falcon dive.
That's gonna do it. Okay, Sam has brought it to an 11-13 series. This last set will once again define who wins this matchup.
Ooh. Yeah, this is terrifying. Because if this final player from Ryder wins in a 2-stock in game 1, but then loses the next 2, it goes to overtime. And you do not want to go into overtime against a team that has loose grip. Let's be real here.
It's true. No.
Loose grip is probably one of the best players of this match.
Manhattan cannot afford to lose like any of these potentially 3 games we might see them play. Otherwise, they are in the danger zone even more than they already are. They have to play. Whoever they're going to bring in has to play to a T.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have to play perfectly. You cannot afford for failure.
Well, Sam did a solid job. That SD, he's still going to be so mad about that. That would make it only a 1-point game and give them so much less consequence should they end up losing a game. But because he was only down to 1 when it came to, it's so much tighter for this last matchup. It's kind of tragic, but at the same time, it makes it all the more exciting should Manhattan bring a big dog into the ring.
Yeah, this is just a terrifying situation. And also part of this came from loose grip fooling around. If loose grip did not fool around,
that's true.
Just 3-stocked again, instead of losing game 2 and then winning game 3 in a 2-stock, this would be a 4-point differential.
Definitely a sloppy match on both sides up to this point, but Ryder, they still have the lead. They still have the advantage. They still hold a couple more cards. Manhattan, as we walk into this 5th set in just a couple seconds, it's funny because you don't even have that time or kind of huddle moment where you're like, okay, who do we toss in next? Because there's no one left. You have your 5th member, and that's it.
Yeah, this is like all the cards are on the table. This is the time where it's like you got to be clutch right now.
You got to win, and you have to win twice. If you're Manhattan,
Yep.
you gotta win, and you gotta win now. If you're Ryder, you're thinking, we have a cushion, but it's a small one. We still need to make sure we take this.
Yeah, like you gotta just thank your blessings here of like, okay, gotta thank the team for having loose grip, to really like give the team a huge lead that like you can actually work off of. Oof. Still terrifying.
The thing is, with a 2-point deficit, and we discussed this last set, is like with a 2-point lead, if Ryder 3-stocks one of these games and then Manhattan wins by 2 or wins by 1 in the other 2 games, then Ryder still wins, even though they lost 3 of these sets.
And if there's a 2-stock,
if
it
there's a
becomes
two-stock,
overtime.
it goes, yeah, it's a tie. Like,
No, it goes to overtime, which
right, yeah, that's what I mean.
You bring in a player.
It's a tie game when you bring in your, a sixth set. Yeah, it's terrifying even thinking about these sort of like fringe possibilities that don't seem super realistic. But in a game like this, you have to think about every potential situation that can befall you. Because as much as you're going to play this game, eventually that kind of situation will probably come at some point.
Yeah, it's really just like you have to, I guess, like expect the best, or no, prepare for the worst, but expect the best.
No, it's
hope for the best, expect for the worst. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, I Smash is the epitome of Murphy's Law, I think, in a game, simply because so many people play it, so many people experiment with this game, so many people competitively play against one another. If something can happen in this game, it will absolutely happen. You have to take into account every little detail into every matchup, into every stage, every character, every move, every decimal of a percentage that you take from each and every attack. You have to take in everything. And both of these teams, they are really taking it all in, but only one team will end up taking the victory towards their record. Will it be Manhattan going positive, or will it be Ryder sealing a tied standing with their current competitor? It will all come down to these up to 3 games.
And with that, their last players are coming in right about now. We've got Remote on Manhattan's side and TLA on Ryder's side. TLA, from what I remember, is a solid player. So this is going to be terrifying, especially because Robin is such a scary character. On PS2, you'll see Robins do the most disgusting stuff.
Robins can be insanely dangerous if played correctly. It's a lot of resource management, but you have a lot of resources that you get to manage. And so as much as Sonic tries to make this stage his own because of just how fast he can be, Robin has a lot of gatekeeping in his arsenal that I think Cross has a lot of potential to use really properly.
Oh, and already we're seeing... Oh, TLA, no, TLA is the Sonic player. This is a player that, from what I remember, has actually beaten players that are like on the much more successful teams. So,
really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, these players, they're definitely utilizing their strategies to try and take control of this stage, and so you can see, like, it's really moving. It's a really moving game, as funny as it is, because Robin is one of the slowest characters in the game. Sonic is the fastest.
Yeah, this is like, well, with this matchup as well, sort of that zoning game plan is sort of outdone by Sonic, because Sonic can just sort of go into Robin's non-existent burst range and just pressure, and then go away the moment they have like their arc fire ready.
It's funny, as much as Sonic could theoretically control this game, I don't see him really guiding this fight. It feels like both of them are, both these players are sort of just flowing with each other towards wherever they really want to go, which happens to be the same place at the same time a lot of the time. They see where the game is taking them, and they're going to grapple on and hold on for dear life, and eventually it'll lead them to the other side of the stage. TLA, though, has taken his first stock, but hasn't dealt any damage on this second one yet.
Don't need to. You just need to keep it slow, because that's what you want against Robin. Robin is a character that can just get so much momentum the moment he gets anything going. So you don't want to let that happen at all.
Oh, great catch by Cross, but yeah, no, I you saw that really easily. It was TLA. It was kind of just meandering, and Sonic meandering means he's going from ledge to ledge in the blink of an eye. Ooh, nice platform play by Cross.
And what we have yet to see, actually, is those arc fire ladders. Oh, whoa! Woo! Woo!
Dude, Levin Sword's busted.
Yeah, I'm preaching to the choir right here.
Levin Sword's kind of broken when you throw it. Untechable, clearly.
I mean, no one expects the Levin Sword just hitting you into a stage spike scenario.
That was gorgeous. TLA having a lot more ground to cover, and can't two for him with that forward smash, buddy. Not when Robin's got a whole lot of projectiles to work with.
Yeah, and I love when players use a projectile to help cover that recovery a little bit, you know, because Elwind is a little bit linear in terms of like how you're recovering with it. So, ooh, that was almost a perfect punish.
That would have been so cool. But no, you're absolutely right. Sonic is so good at ledge trapping and edge guarding. I think Cross is doing a great job of sort of managing these projectiles, but a great catch on that forward smash on the landing. Good prediction there. A long-term read, if you will. TLA keeping things nice and tight-knit in this first game, and that's what you want to do if you're really either of these teams. You know, Ryder, they want to seal this win, you know, ASAP, but Manhattan, they want to make sure that they can, you know, they can get these straggling wins out. Remember, if they lose a single game, they are at such a big disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, if they lose this game, they can still win it with two one-stock games, but they still don't want to.
Of course, it's not optimal for them, but it's what they'll have to work with for the moment. As Cross for Manhattan will take game number 1 and turn it into a 1-point series. If Cross wins this next game, no matter how many stocks he's got left, series will be done and Manhattan will take it back. However, TLA can manage to scrape out a dub here, and it is going to be close once more going into this last game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nail-biter of a game. So, like, if TLA can afford, like, if TLA wins this second game here, this nail-biter of a game is going to become a nail-biter of a set, because, and Cross is changing characters, actually. Maybe seeing, okay, Robin wasn't quite the idea, so, you know, trying not to let Sonic be in his environment.
No, I agree with that sort of decision. You know, winning by the skin of your teeth there as Robin, and if you're playing for Manhattan, you're playing for this win, you're playing for this comeback, you have to play different, but it's not Cross who's switching, it's TLA who is going to the Pyra and Mithra.
Okay, so switching to the Pyra and Mithra. Interesting. This is definitely the team that has done more character switches than the other.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Sure. But I can agree with the Pyra pick. I mean, like, it's working well.
Oh yeah, Sonic's speed didn't really matter in that game when Cross just had the raw power and damage to kind of keep pace, but Pyra and Mithra, you want to talk about damage and speed, then, you know, they've got it all, really.
Wow. And that was fantastic DI. DIing in is actually a great idea against Pyra when you get hit by the first hit of Prominence Revolt, because if you DI in, then you can actually pop out of it perfectly.
TLA needs to swap to this Mithra. This Pyra's not working right now. She's a little too slow for this Robin right now. The projectiles are just catching them way too quickly. Yeah. They've got to keep on this Mithra for at least a little bit of a longer time, or go for a kill move on that Mithra. They haven't really landed much of anything as Pyra.
I mean, they are very close to being able to just kill here.
It's true.
So they might want to hold off for just a little bit, because Mithra's issue right now, especially after the nerfs, is not as great kill power,
of course,
as before, and sometimes that can hurt.
It's true, but every second that TLA stays on this Pyra, he is more punishable. He is easily able to get more connection on from Cross here, and oh my goodness, those double Nosferatu chains, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, and with that, in a matter of seconds, it went from a lead or at least a lead in percent, but not a lead in stock, from TLA to Cross having a full stock lead, and now this is like, look, that situation was about to be Cross's win if they had Arc Fire.
Just about any situation is Cross's win right now. He's one stock away.
Yeah, but specifically, they had the Arc Fire, like, they did the move, but they, like, lost it already.
Oh, that didn't kill, but the long-winded Thunder will Cross 3-stocking TLA to bring Manhattan College back to a dub in a very commanding fashion there.
Wow.
Ends up taking it 17-13.
Well then, just go after that character switch. Cross is just like, oh, you're not going on your main anymore? Okay, thank you.
What's that? You switched something that was doing well against me? What? Why?
Yeah, it's like,
okay. I mean,
what are you doing?
I'm not gonna complain. All right, Manhattan College, proving that they are indeed on top of Ryder. They are now 7-7. That is the conclusion to set number 2.
And with that, we're gonna be taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere, though, because we're going to be getting an interview from Manhattan College. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back everyone to EGF Season 3 for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm PBE, and this is Tenrec down here, and we have our interview with Crimson from Manhattan College. So, Crimson, how are you feeling right now after that win?
Could be feeling better, but a win's a win. So,
yep. Definitely a wild ride for sure.
Yeah.
Crimson.
Yeah,
it was a huge back and forth, but some great resurgences were made in the middle there for Manhattan.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I want to know, did you guys prepare for this match? Because, like, I feel like it was a pretty tight match until the very end there.
We kind of didn't have time to prepare for this one. We've been preparing for like the MAC tournament this weekend, like religiously. So that's been our main focus. I wasn't expecting Ryder to be, this game to be this close. Big respect for Ryder for doing this well.
Of course, no, I mean they're right there up with you, but those standings, they can definitely be a little bit deceptive. I mean, when you saw those sort of matchups where it just looked like it was impossible for you to really find a leg up, how do you find the ground to say, okay, we absolutely lost this, especially like at going into that fourth set, you guys were down, I think, like 7 or 8 points. I mean, what sort of mentality do you have to take in order to say, okay, we need to do a lot more to reach here, and this is how we're going to do it?
Our mentality is, as long as we're not mathematically out, we could still win this. So we don't like beat ourselves up. We just like, take the loss, we put our heads down, and then just go into the next set with a fresh mindset, and just do our best.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And did you have any so you said you've been preparing for the MAC tournament. What kind of training regimen are you doing for that? And are there any teams you're scared of for that one?
Definitely scared of Quinnipiac. They're going to be our round 2 opponent if we beat Iona in the first round. They're the number 1 seed right now, so that's looking a little rough, but I think we could do it. And our training regimen, we've just been pretty much playing every day, at least like 2 hours, just playing against each other, focusing on like our bad habits, how to fix them, and everything. Also, just playing a bunch of different characters, even characters we don't necessarily want to play at the tournament, just to get a whole feel of like different characters and what we could do against them, and etc.
Yeah,
of course. Well, Crimson, thank you so much for taking some time and speaking to us. I know you guys still absolutely have a lot of work to do. Is there anything you want to promote or shout out?
I want to say thank you very much to the Westchester Smash community. I shout them out every time, but thanks to like Encore, Undiscovered Smash, all those tournaments up in Westchester. Please go check them out if you are in Lower New York. They're best tournaments ever. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
pretty good. And with that, fantastic interview. Thank you for giving us all of that information, and I really appreciate it. I bet the audience really appreciated it too. Henrik, do you have anything to say?
No. Crimson, thanks so much. Well, PvE, we've hit 2 so far. We have 2 left to go. St. John's taking on George Washington. When we come back, I'm certain you have a lot to say on that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So stay tuned.